what's going on, guys? Today we are going to be installing the new clutch into the RX-7 and also putting the tranny back in. That way we can finally get this car going and driving again. This is actually my second attempt on putting this on. I was trying to do this video yesterday, but the pressure plate bolts, it's in the box, but when I was tightening the pressure plate onto the flywheel, I actually snapped the bolts. You can actually see it right here. See, I snapped that bolt out. I kind of over tightened it. But besides that happening yesterday, we actually also put the new throw bearing on, got the old one off, and we got the pilot bearing out. As you can see, we did the whole bread technique and it worked great. So let me show you guys under there. So right now we got the new pilot bearing installed, the one that ACT provided with the clutch kit, and we got the eBay lightweight flywheel resurfaced. I did have the stock 1J flywheel that I also got resurfaced first, but then I found out that the bolt holes in the dowel pins for the pressure plate do not line up, so I had to go ahead and end up using this one, which is not a big deal. So let's go ahead and get to installing the clutch. I don't have any brake cleaner on me, but I do have this big old thing of acetone, so we're going to use that to wipe off anything from the flywheel. Make sure the surface is clean, there's no more machining oil on it. That way we don't want to have the flywheel, or the clutch I should say, slip on us with all that stuff on it. Let's go ahead and stick the clutch alignment tool in there and get it onto the flywheel. There you go. And then we got the pressure plate, throw it on there, tighten the bolts. So the torque specs for the pressure plate bolts to the flywheel are 14 foot-pounds, and I don't have a torque wrench that can go that low. So we're just gonna go ahead and hand tighten them, and that should be more than enough. And just like the flywheel, I'm gonna go ahead and rub the pressure plate down with acetone, because I just wanna make sure there's nothing left on there. See, it's pretty clean. Like I said, I already cleaned this off. I'm just re-cleaning it another time just to be safe, because better be safe than sorry. We're just gonna go ahead and use the little baby impact to get the pressure plate sitting flat on the flywheel, and then once it sits flat, we can go ahead and tighten it down with the ratchet. Flywheel and the pressure plate and the whole clutch kit is bolted on. Now it's time to put the tranny back in, and then this thing is pretty much good to go again, besides obviously the wheels and everything else. That's where I left you guys off, but I kind of skipped ahead and went ahead and got everything installed. As you can see here, the tranny's in, the cross member's in, the drive shaft is connected, everything's all tight. It's kind of hard filming this and putting it in by myself, so that's kind of why I skipped through it. So right now I'm moving on to the next step of what I need to do. I got all the, I was gonna say coolant, but technically it's all water. It's a little rusty, but it's not too bad compared to how it was when I first got it. So over here, let's see what I got. As many of you guys may know, I work at Toyota, so I went ahead and got some Toyota 50/50 coolant. I want to say I'm gonna try coolant this time, because water's boiling temp is like 212 or something, and I was reaching like 250. So we're gonna go ahead and try coolant this time with water wetter and see if that helps with my overheating issues, possibly, along with the bigger fans that we're gonna get for this car. But yeah, I just flushed out all the old water. We're gonna throw in some 50/50 Toyota coolant, and once we finish that, we're gonna do whatever it is left that we got to do to this car. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. There you go. Just gonna drink all this up, and I'm probably just gonna end up putting water to the rest of this if this doesn't fill it. If not, maybe I'll get another bottle. We'll see. I did in fact take the whole bottle, and we're not quite full yet. Like, I can see the fluid in there, but it's not 100% full. I was toying with the idea of just putting just distilled water in for the rest of it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and wait till tomorrow because I got work tomorrow and pick up another bottle of that 50-50 coolant. And we're just gonna top this thing off. And besides that, all you need to do is get the fans and a seat, then we're good. So let's go ahead and do something. So for the Rotary Rumble event, I want my car looking half decent. Like, it already doesn't look good, but it'll look a little bit better if I have the aero on. And so if you guys didn't know, there's these trim pieces that you can't see because it's behind this car. But with the BN skirts, these are the actual trim pieces. They kind of take place of it, so you're supposed to take it off of the car. But as you guys know, I've told you guys before, I'm going with the KVD kit, and the KVD kit actually doesn't come with the trim pieces. So I've actually glued and 3M taped the trim pieces back on. You can't see it. But instead of taking it back off, I'm just gonna cut it off with this kit because this kit's pretty much trash for me. And I'm only putting it on to look half decent for the vent. So I'm just gonna go ahead and chop these off real quick. So you guys can see what I was talking about here with the trim. I cut it a little further back than I wanted to. I really didn't want this here. But as you can see, like I said, this was up here. It like pretty much made this trim piece, but I had this trim piece put back on, so we cut out the area. Same thing for the back, chopped it off. There's the trim pieces right there. So I went ahead and just threw some zip ties, 2 on each corner, and I'm gonna throw some self-tappers in here, like how they were originally. And that's gonna put the skirts back on there, so it's gonna look half decent. I don't really know where I left off last, but I went ahead and made these brackets. I did it off film, kind of was on a grind getting stuff done. So now this cooling loop is almost mounted on there, as you can see. I think I showed you guys the side skirts and how I did the cut for the trim. The rear over fenders, I have it right over here. Let me actually show you guys that. So for the rear over fenders, I actually went ahead and did some fiberglass work on the back side of it, and I went ahead and put some Bondo glass on this side. Gonna sand it down, throw some Bondo on top of that, smoothing it out. Pretty much I had a crack in here about like that big, and I'm filling all the holes because there was a couple holes that I didn't really want to be there anymore because yeah, I just didn't want them to be there anymore. So as you can see, got all the holes and areas that I wanted patched up, all patched up. We're gonna go ahead and sand that down. That way it can look a lot cleaner. As you can see, there's a lot of holes in my car, and pretty much all these holes were also in the fiberglass itself. So I'm still debating welding these shut, but as far as this event, it's not going to happen. So at least I'm getting the fiberglass fenders done. I deleted the third brake light a while ago. I don't really know if I ever showed you guys that. But yeah, as far as body goes, rear over fenders are over there. Gonna go in the car. That skirt's gonna go there. I'm also gonna throw on the beat up rear bumper, like I said, just so the car can look half decent at this event. And as far as body, that's pretty much it. All I have to do is install the fans. I think I've said this a million times already, but the fans and the seat and the wheels that RJ is gonna let me borrow, and then we'll be good to go. So that is it for this video. Hopefully in the next we should get this thing 100%, well not 100%, but done enough to make it to the event. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.